grade ones! For today's story, I'm so excited because you have a substitute creature. My mom wanted to read you a book, and so she's here, and she's going to read you Trouble with Trolls. I think you remember it. The author was Jan Brett, and I had told you, we read it around Christmas time. One of my favorite authors was Jan Brett when I was a kid, and I loved Trouble with Trolls, and it was about those trolls, and you can always see Hedgie hiding in the bottom. So my mom wanted to read you a story, and I'm very excited about this because she used to be a teacher, and she taught grade 4 for so many years in Wainwright, and so she will be your substitute creature today.
Trouble with Trolls. My name is Treva, and I have had trouble with trolls. It all happened one day in early spring when I decided to visit my cousin on the other side of Mount Baldy. It takes all morning to climb up the mountain, but then I fly down the other side with my skis. My dog Tuffy and I walked up the path until we reached the place where the last of the old trees stood, and that's where the trouble with trolls began. As we walked through the trees, something scuttled by. Tuffy ran after it. I heard a yelp, and there was Tuffy caught in the tight arms of a troll. I was certain that's what he was doing with his long, furry tail, his big ears, and his one gold earring. The troll squealed and growled, "I want dog!" He waggled his ears back and forth at me, and then I had an idea. Maybe I could trick this greedy troll. Go ahead, take the dog. I've got my beautiful mittens. And I reached up and I warmed my ears as if I couldn't do without my mittens. The troll's eyes darted back and forth from Tufty to my mittens, Tufty to my mittens. But it was too much. He had to have the mittens. He dropped Tuffy, grabbed my mittens, and ran off. I was so pleased about tricking that troll that I didn't notice Tuffy was missing again, till I came face to face with the second troll. This one was rocking with glee with his long nose buried in Tuffy's warm fur. "I got dog," he boasted. I shrugged. You can have the dog," I said. "Just don't take my favorite pom-pom hat." I fluffed it up. I dusted my nose with it. The troll's eyes lit up. He snatched that hat. He scurried away as fast as he could go. What a morning! I had lived on Mount Baldy all my life, and I had never heard of anyone ever even seeing a troll. It was time to take steps. "Tuffy," I said, "from now on, you follow me." What I didn't know was there was a third troll sneaking up behind us, until I heard a noise. Whoop! This troll had grabbed Tuffy by the tail, and he was pointing to a big iron pot. "Pull, pull!" she cried. I slipped off my sweater when she wasn't looking. "Whew!" I said. "That leaves me with my special puller." I put a rock down the neck of my sweater, and I pulled it by the arms to show her how it was working. Trolls are dim, but this one was smart enough to see my sweater was doing just the thing to drag her pot. She scampered away with it, and Tuffy and I listened to the bung, 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 bung of that pot bouncing all the way down the mountain. Oh, now we could see the top of Mount Baldy. What a relief. What we didn't know was that we were walking toward double trouble. As Tuffy and I squeezed between two boulders, twin trolls jumped out. "Ha ha!" They bellowed and they bounced on Tuffy. This time I was ready. I saw the pointy little heads and I knew just what to do. Off came my boots. I dangled them in the air. Imagine wanting a dog and ignoring these? Well, instantly the twin trolls dropped Tuffy and leaped for my boots. As they disappeared into the distance, I looked down at Tuffy. The top of that mountain was close. I am not taking any chances. I'm going to carry you the rest of the way. Each step was harder. I held Tuffy tightly and I kept going. And when we reached the top, all 5 trolls were waiting. "We want dog!" they bellowed and they ran toward us. And in the scuffle, they got Tuffy away from me. I closed my eyes to keep back the tears, and then I knew what to do. I reached around, I unbuckled my skis, I held them up high so the sun would sparkle on the shiny paint. I shook them so the trolls would hear the tiny little bells. I waved them through the air, making a whoosh, whoosh sound. Finally, I whispered loudly as if it were a big secret. "I can fly with these." "Fly?" the trolls roared. "How do you fly?" Well, I picked up my ski poles. I blew on my hands to warn them. I need my mittens to show you." The troll with the big ears threw my mittens over. "I can't fly unless I can see," I said reluctantly. "I need my hat to keep the wind from blowing my hair and my eyes." The troll with the long nose tossed me my pom-pom hat. "Look," I said, shivering in the wind, "flying is easy, but I can't do that without my sweater." And that's final. The other trolls stared at the troll with my sweater. She hesitated, but then she gave it to me. I put it on. I positioned my skis in the snow. But even the trolls could see that my feet wouldn't fit into the bindings. "Really do need those boots," I said to the twins. Now, I had everything back. My mittens, my hat, my sweater, my boots. I stood on the top of that Mount Baldy ready to go. I held a piece of yarn high in the air to test the wind for flying. It was just too much for those greedy little trolls. "Fly, fly, fly!" they clamored. I need you to push me, though." "Can't push. We're holding the dog." Okay, I said. "I'll hold the dog for a minute." Well, the trolls gave me one giant push. "Fly, fly!" they shouted. As we flew down that mountain, I could hear the trolls' cries change to, "Wait! Dog! Dog! Dog!" And as I looked back, all I could see was a pile of trolls shoving and pushing each other around in the snow, arms flying, heads bumping. Tuffy and I made it safely down the mountain, and the trolls have never been seen again. But if you travel over the top of Mount Baldy in spring, you can see the white cotton grass waving wildly in the wind. It's all that's left from the day that I had trouble with trolls.